trying to make being so grinding, homie. She met the whole thing disappear, baby. Voila. Linga dem kan me vuruga fuck the protocols.
Yes, karibuni sana to another episode of the Rhythm Scoop Show of the African Diary Show. Oh my God, it's too late. I'm even thinking that we are in the Rhythm Scoop Show. But karibuni sana to another episode of the African Diary Show, where we get to bring you nothing less but everything that is happening in the African countries or in the African continent. I don't know. My internet is misbehaving. One thing, I'm leaving this not playing, and then it starts because it's load. Okay, it's loading. But anyway, karibuni sana. I am saying I hope you did get to enjoy, or rather, you're going to enjoy our show today, and also you're going to let us know how your day is coming along as we getting started with our show for today. And as we get started, I started off the show with an amazing banger from HR the Messenger. And if you don't know HR the Messenger, on Saturday, stay tuned because he is one of us right now, and he is doing the most and also bringing us the Kenyan artists that are also doing the most like he is doing. But karibuni sana, get to interact with me. I see you're already joining me. Get to interact with me and tell me what's up with you, what's popping with you, and also how is the going, and also how is your Tuesday coming along. Remember, yesterday we had Maandamano Monday here in the 254. Not only in the 254, we also had Maandamano Monday on it was in South Africa. We had Andamano Monday in Tunisia. Did it really go down? But also we had the same thing in Nigeria. And what we can say right now is that Africans are waking up. We saw the masses, and also we saw the number of people who had gone outside and took it to the street. So like we can just say that Africa is waking up, or Africans are literally waking up, and this is a good gesture, because if we are going for a revolution, it must be with us, it must be with the young people, it must be with the black youths, and also with African people. Yes, it is a great thing to be celebrating. But also we had now the opposition of Kenya after the demonstrations yesterday. He said that the demonstration will continue and they will not stop until the government has had them. And we saw actually the opposition leader Raila Odinga calling for people to demonstrate every Monday of a week, every Monday, and we say that now we will be calling every under Monday, and it is making Mondays coming back. I've never been into a tear gas Monday, but if it is going to happen, it will be definitely a tear gas Monday. So many people will be inhaling that shit. But anyway, get to interact with me. Do let me know, what do you think about yesterday? Yesterday we had a lot going on. How do you think Africa is behaving, or how do you think or what do you think about the route we are heading to? Because for me, I told you it was a great gesture and a good gesture, because we saw people coming out, and we really saw that now it is not all about even political matters. It is about the economy. We are crying because of the economy. We don't care about your political issues. We don't care about what a political influence you have. We are going to those streets because the economy is too bad for us. The cost of living is very, very bad for us. But I told you, you can always let me know what you think about the matter as we getting started with our show for today. And do remember, we are live and interactive on our media handles. We are on Facebook at Black Hot Fire Network, on Instagram Black Hot Fire Network, the same Black Hot Fire Network. Get to interact with us. Do let us know, how is your Tuesday coming along? Yes, we're taking a short musical break. This is still HR the Messenger. The jam is Guantana. I hope you do get to jam and to it, and also do remember to come back with a motivational quote of the day.
Like he do a song.
Yo, my niggas.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Like,
Oh, come on, bro. You gotta appreciate niggas
no,
out
I'm
here.
not, bro. I'm telling you the real, bro. Fuck you,
You
man.
be tripping,
I
fam.
know trash, but I see a trash.
HR, let's go.
Check.
Bro, Randy.
Ja, zangu zimeshika zimeguantana, zangu zimeshika zimeguantana, sivutagi shisha au shada, supa kitisha na mkama, supa kitisha tubanana, hakuna venye ntadai hapana, akamna bishtaka unafanana, nikule niruke kalazaras, biti kikamini madara, biti kikamini masaka, katumbade na masara, saflani ya mabachela, floni chafu imeparara, kusini mpaka huko marala, wandaka beef, salama, nipate street, maradise, don't do happy funny bunny clowns, nani
My quote of the day says that inspiration does exist, but it must find you working. Inspiration does exist, but it must find you working.
up and down, I'm gonna get to busting now. Rappers funny, touch the freak around, not the shiny crown. Never dumb me down for the public. I keep it 100, I've been a G, took a ABCs. Homie, please take the emphasis. Get to know what the difference is between you and I am so devilish. I just kick it with my fellowship. I know you really feel that melody. My women got that melanin. I just really get a membership out there wapi kowera floni tamu kama mozzarella. I'm just really getting fed up. This whole game is a setup. I just wanna get my bread up. Shout out Romano, my fella. Nina machizi toka Westlands mpaka Kiseri. Zangu zimeshika zimeguantana, zangu zimeshika zimeguantana, sivutagi shisha au shada, supa kitisha na mkamata, supa kitisha tubanana, hakuna venye ntadai hapana, akamna bishtaka unafanana, nikule niruke kalazaras, zangu zimeshika zimeguantana, sivutagi shisha au shada, kisha tubanana.
Yeah, welcome back. I hope you're enjoying the great music done by HR the Messenger. But karibuni sana. I hope we get to enjoy this show together and also get to discuss matters that are happening in the African continent together. And as we're getting started, I want to hint on what we shall be focusing on today's episode of the African Diary Show. And I had Joby talking about Namibia, but today I'm coming up also with a different story from Namibia, and it was about a court ruling, and this was a matter in court that was taken in court some other time, and then later we had the court ruling, and it gave nationality to a person or a gay couple. And after some time, we've seen now the court coming and canceling the nationality of the child of the same sex couple. And I think that this is something that is great. I think this is something that we all African countries we need to now come together and support this, because we are African countries. We don't want morality in our countries. Immorality, I mean, in our countries. And now what Namibia has done should be done in every African country. But we shall get later to that discussion. That is the main conversation of the day. You can let me know what you think about the matter. You can also let me know what's your take about that issue as we get back to more other stories. But we shall get back to that one. And as we're getting started, I want us to go straight to Senegal and see what is happening in Senegal. And if we all remember, I told you that Senegal will be going to the elections, or the citizens of or Senegalese people will be going to the ballots in February 2024. The election is scheduled February 2024, and right now we are seeing the president of the country is President Macky Sall, or yes, the President Macky Sall is looking forward to now seeking for a third term in the country. And right now, I've seen that controversy, or the Senegal president talks about controversial that term. And Senegal's president has rejected claims that it would be unconstitutional for him to seek a controversial that mandate, again refusing to confirm whether he plans to do so in an interview published on Monday. So what we're seeing is that he is looking forward to be in the ballot papers come 2024. That is in February. He is looking forward to seek a third term for being the president of the country. But he is so many people have come and said that this is unconstitutional, but he is now denying and also saying that it is not unconstitutional. But he also comes and say that I didn't say that I want to vie for the presidency for Adam. And this is how they always defend themselves. Right now, we knew that we elected Ruto to go for 5 years, but in his mind, he knows that he is set to go for 10 years. This is what gets me, because me as a citizen, or me as a voter, when I go to the ballot boxes, I know I'm voting you for 5 years. I'm not voting you to be the president of the country for more than 5 years. But now what happens after that? These people, they know when I'm seeking this term, I'm not seeking for a 1 year term. I'm not seeking for one term. I'm just seeking for maybe 2 to 3 terms. And this is what gets to happen. Look at the matters of Uhuru Kenyatta. We saw him. We gave him, or he was elected to be the president for 5 years. But what happened? He extended his term and became the president for about 10 years, or for 10 years. The same thing, I feel like the same thing is going to happen to Ruto if we let him be our president, because right now every Kenyan is furious and angry about Ruto being our president. But you can let me know what you think about the matter as we continue with the news and updates coming from Senegal. And currently the opposition claims that Senegal's constitution prohibits Macky Sall, who was elected in 2012 in 2012 and again in 2019, from running again in the next election scheduled for February 2024. And in an increasingly tense political climate, the opposition has repeatedly alleged that Sall intends to override the constitution to do so. And Senegal's constitution was revised in 2016 from to shorten presidential terms to 5 years from 7. And this is a good gesture, because also this is a good thing that they revised the constitution, because why would you want to be in power for 7 years? I even wonder why would it be do we not now have a new president every time? Because we are all made of different ideas. We are all made of different minds. So we need to give everybody a chance. Everybody who feels like they can lead the country, we need to give them a chance. But yet we have now people who want to rule for even more than 20 years. Crazy. But okay, Senegal's constitution was revised in 2016 to shorten presidential terms to 5 years from 7, and it states that no one can exercise more than 2 consecutive terms. But in an interview with the French magazine Le Express, posted on online on Monday, Sall argued that when the Constitutional Council was consulted before the revision, it considered his first term to be outside the scope of the reform. And legally speaking, the debate has been settled for a long time, he said in an interview. And now this is him trying to defend himself so that he can vie for presidency for that term. But do you think that he is even supposed to be the president of that country? Because we've seen Senegal right now. The Senegal, it is a Western African country. How is Senegal doing right now? Do you think that he's doing the way it should be doing? No. No, 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 no. And the reason also he wants to get the opportunity or the third term is because he's still a puppet and he's not done he's not done with the stealing from people. So I feel like this is one of the reasons, but also he's trying to make sure that now the constitution acts in his favor. And you hear what he is even arguing, that when he called or when his team called the people who revised the constitution or the people who helped the amendments of the constitution, they claimed that the first term when he was now the president, when he got elected to be the president of Senegal, that was his first term. So the first term was out of the new constitution. So it means that now he is able or he can vie for that term as the president of Senegal. But I think he's just even trying to corrupt the constitution, and also it's trying to pave way for him to be also on the ballot papers come 2024 February. But do let me know what you think about the matter. We've seen so many African countries and also African presidents trying to do these things because they are not ready to come back to the society, and also they are not even done stealing from people. So this is why you'll find that now they're struggling to get a seat for that term. And this is, they are not done stealing because all they do is just steal from us and also make sure that we keep on being impoverished. Because right now, let's talk about the president of Kenya, what he has done. What has he done for the people of Kenya? People of Kenya are already tired. It is not even 6 months yet. People of Kenya are already tired. We saw them yesterday going to the streets. This means that we are tired with you, man. We are tired. We're super tired with you, and we want you to pack and go, because this is we even had people saying that people now in during the demonstrations, people were saying that Ruto, just pack and go. You have done enough. You have destroyed the economy with that. With a span of 3 months, you are already damaging the. So you need to pack and go before we get the country to a worse situation. But do let me know what you think about the matter as we continue with our show for today, and also as we get to see more news and updates coming from the African countries. And moving on to other different matters, let's talk about what is happening in I saw yesterday we talked about the 9 Chinese that were murdered, and right now I'm seeing that now the Somalian sorry, not the Somalian, the Chinese president saying that these people should be, the people who killed the Chinese should be punished. And we're not sure people. We're not sure who killed. They said it was the militants who killed these Chinese nationals. But may I said yesterday, as long as you're in our countries, you're in danger. Like your life is in danger, because also we're not. You keep on saying that how insecurity is eating African countries. Why are you coming to Africa if we have insecurity? Why do you want to come to Africa? So this is a matter I won't talk about it a lot, but what I think about now this the European nationals claiming that they are not safe in Africa, it simply tells them remain in your countries. Remain in your countries. We also exposed to danger. We as African, we have seen Africans also being killed. So we are also exposed to murder, to everything that is not good. So if you feel like you're insecure in our countries, you need just to remain in your countries. Don't come to our countries and start now burdening us that your people were killed and we need to do this and this and this. No, just remain in your country. Tell your people to remain in their countries, and no African person will come kill them in their homes. I believe that, because we as Africans, we have had even stories. Even right now, I'll give you a story. Maybe or tomorrow you'll hear a story of a Kenyan who was murdered somewhere, of a Nigerian who was murdered somewhere. We are all exposed to danger. So if you feel like you're more insecure, just remain in your countries, and no African person will come and start threatening you in your own country. But also, I feel like now they are trying to push a certain thing on Africans, that Africans were murderers. Africans, it's like now we are the ones being racist. This is what they want to pass. This is the information they want to pass to everybody or to the world, because why would they say, or even if they were killed, why would they now still continue insisting on the matters? We have seen so many people being killed, but it is now always the Europeans who get the focus, who gets the recognition. Yes, you remember about the Pakistan journalist. He was killed in Kenya, and then what happened? He got all the attention just because he was a European. And this means that now that the image or the picture they're trying to show outside there is that Kenyans are racist, Kenyans are murderers, and yes, you need to stay away from Kenyans. And if you feel like you need to stay away from black people, just do it. Please do it. We also don't want to stay near you. So if you feel like you want to stay away from black people, please make sure you do it, and do it real quick. But as we continue, do let me know what you think about the matter, and also how you feel about that story of the Chinese national being killed in Africa. And as we continue, I've seen analysis and also statistics saying that about 43,000 people have been killed in 2022. This is in Somalia, by drought and famine. Can you imagine? 43,000 people dying because of drought and famine. This is in Somalia. How sad is this news? It is very sad, very, very, very sad. And after 5 consecutive failed rainy seasons, a rate of fatalities could rise in the first half of 2023. Research finds that 43,000 people have died because of drought and famine. Can you imagine? It is a very, very sad story coming from Somali. And Somalia's ongoing record drought may have killed as many as 43,000 people last year. That's in 2022. Only in 2022. We are counting from 2022. About this is about actually 50,000 people. This is so sad. Hello, Jiba Jaba. Yes, I'm well. How are you? And Somali's ongoing record drought may have killed as many as 43,000 people last year, and half of them were children under the age of 5, according to a report released by the government and the UN agencies. And the researcher released on Monday marked the first attempt to estimate countrywide deaths in a crisis that experts warn is more severe than the country's last major drought in 2017 and 2018. Led by the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine, the study warned that the rate of fatalities could rise in the first half of 2023 as the projected total deaths for this period from 18,100 to 34,200. And these results present a grim picture of devastation brought on children and their families by the drought. UNICEF's Wafa Said said as he presented the report in Somali's capital, Mogadishu. Mamunur Rahman, a representative of the World Health Organization in Somalia, said that international community faces a race against time to prevent deaths that are avoidable and saves lives. So it is crazy, man. It is crazy where we have floods, we have cyclones in Madagascar, we have cyclones in Malawi, while we have now other people dying in Somali, other people dying because of drought and famine, while we have people being carried away by water. Their houses are being flooded, carried by floods. It is crazy, but this is now where we get to know that weather engineering is not a scam. It is something that is factual and the truth, and it is something that is happening. So, yes. You just let me know what you think about the matter, as my voice is getting raspy. It's raining, so I have to shout. And my voice is getting raspy. But anyway, do let me know what you think about the matter as we continue with the show for today. I think we shall take a short musical break, and then we will be back with more news and updates coming from the African countries. And do remember, we are here to discuss about Namibia courts cancelling nationality of child of same-sex couple. Do let me know what are your thoughts. I'm waiting to hear what you think about the matter as we continue with our show for today.
Kachumbari tena maka kunywa kusini mpaka huko Komara don't do happy funny down, but you drop funny just for me. I'm not the shiny crown, never dumb me down for the public. I keep it 100, I've been a G, took ABCs. Homie, please take the emphasis. Get to know what the difference is between you and I am so devilish. I just kick it with my fellowship. I know you really feel that melody. All my women got that melanin. I just really get a better deal. Black Kings with a membership. Outside, boy, fellowship. Allah, it's out of co-op in Kowera. Cloning time kama mozzarella. I'm just really getting fed up. This whole game is a setup. I just wanna get my bread up. Shout out Romano, my fella. Nina Matizi, my seller. Toka Westlands mpaka Kiseri. Zangu zimeshika zimeguantana. Zangu zimeshika zimeguantana. Sivutagi shisha au shada. Super kitisha na mkamata. Super kitisha tubanana. Hakuna
now in Nairobi, and we're enjoying, man. It's been almost 6 months without rain, but I have to say we're blessed again. I have to say we are blessed. But anyway, going back to other different matters, it is about the demonstrations we had yesterday in the 2.4. And I see Jiba Jaba, you're saying, I get some hot lemon and honey for your throat. Sure, I will. And also you're saying Somali, had oil, and the US has disrupted it since the 80s. Yes, very true. Somali is very rich, especially in oil. But what has been happening in Somali? War, 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 war. Every time. And why do you think they are bringing war to the country? It's because they want to steal whatever they have there, whatever they can mine there. This is why they make sure that they are stealing it. I see Derek in the building. Hello to you too. Thank you very much, Derek, for joining us. But as we get to that matter of yesterday's demonstration, did you see them? Because yesterday I was sharing what was going on. Did you see what was going on? And did you see Kenyans outside and in the action? Because we had a lot of demonstrators in Nairobi, especially in Nairobi. This is where people came out, and also in Kisumu. People went out, demonstrated, told the police, you were not defeating us today. But right now, I've seen UDA wanting Raila to be charged over loss of lives, distraction witnessed during the Monday demonstrations. And this was yesterday. Yes, we had about two people losing their lives, so many people being injured, and also we had the government coming saying that we have lost, as a nation, we have lost over 2 billion Kenyan shillings because of the demonstration, because the economy was brought to a standstill. But do you think that now the person who called for the demonstration should be charged? Because one, let's resonate as big people. Yesterday, everybody, the people who went out there to demonstrate, they were very peaceful until the police started chasing them away, pouring water on their faces. And this is the water that when it pours on you, you have now to start scratching. It makes your body very itchy. And we also saw them spraying tear gas or throwing tear gas to the people, to the demonstrators. So whom do you think that should be charged for this? One, me, I think it's the government. Why did you send the police? Why did you send the police? Because the demonstrators were demonstrating in a peaceful manner. And also we know that it is our rights as the civilians, as the citizens of the country, to demonstrate. And there was nothing that went the opposite of the constitution. Everything went as the constitution says. But now we have the UDA. The UDA is the acting government, wanting now the opposition leader to be sued over, or to be charged over a loss of lives, destruction witnessed during the Monday demonstrations. But I feel like now they are trying to escape the reality, of which that we saw the message that the Kenyans passed yesterday. We are tired. Yes, and I'm waiting to see if next Monday will also be a Mandamano Monday or a demonstration Monday, because we had now the oppositional leader calling out Kenyans and telling them every Monday, if they don't listen to us, every Monday we shall be conducting ourselves the same we did today. We shall be holding demonstrations just like we did today. So I feel like if Kenyans are really tired, they're gonna go back to those streets until they are heard, until the government decides, yes, let's sit down and talk. Let's tell us your ways. How do you want things being done? Because we need to be involved. Yes, it's not a matter of you sitting down with some few people and just deciding everything, and then you come and tell us we have decided. No, we are the Kenyans. Yes, we are the Kenyans. You're also a Kenyan just like us. You are also a Kenyan just like us. We just gave you the power of being the president. There's nothing bigger than that. But let me know what you think about the matter. Do you think that Raila Odinga should be charged with a loss of lives and also destruction of properties during the Monday demonstrations in the 254? Let me know what you think about the matter. And Jiba Jaba, you're saying, yes, it is an organic uprising, or is a BLM type group behind it for ulterior motives. I don't know. I'm not sure. But what we can say is that we're seeing the uprising. At least there is an uprising. It's an African uprising. Let's just call it the African uprising, because we saw it was not only happening in Kenya. We saw even the South Africans going to the streets, and they actually demonstrated very well, because the police there were not misbehaving. They were not throwing tear gases to them. They were not splashing water to them. They conducted themselves in a very, very good manner. And the same would have happened in the 254. But just because the government don't want to accept the defeat, they feel like they want to fight back every time. Do let me know what you think about the matter as we get to continue with our show for today, and also as we get to continue with more news and updates, and see what is happening in the African countries. And I see Jiba Jaba, you're saying we are the Chinese factories and businesses locked down. Yeah, while the Chinese and the while the Chinese while the Chinese factories and businesses locked down. Yes, so we had the China Square was locked down. Actually, Nairobi, the whole of Nairobi was not functioning. Even in some outskirts of Nairobi, they were not functioning, because the like it was very it was something very serious. And I see Kid, you're saying no, it's not his government route. It is not his government. Ruto is responsible for the bloodshed. Of course, he is responsible, because if he had listened to what he was being told, nobody would have gone out there. And also, he was the one who told the police or the army to act in the manner they did. Why do you have live bullets in a demonstration? I believe they are supposed to be carrying rubber bullets. Why did they carry live bullets? It is crazy. But I see Jiba Jaba, you're saying, are the Kenyan sports still open? Yesterday they were closed. I don't know about today. I'm not sure if they have reopened, but yesterday they were closed. And we had the Kisumu. We had also the Kenya Airways canceling even flights and bookings. They cancelled their day activity because of the demonstration, and that is how serious the demonstrations were. Yes, they cancelled their flights, they cancelled their booking and also shut down their offices. So Nairobi was in a standstill yesterday, and nobody was working in Nairobi. We can say that we are lucky we're not in the city. But I see Kid, you're saying the police are under the government. So the president is a criminal. He is definitely a criminal, and now he's trying to escape from that, and wants to make it like it was Raila's fault that we had people being killed. Why is it Raila's fault? The only thing Raila said is that he told people to gather together and we go and demonstrate. It was not his fault that somebody got killed. It was the government's fault, because if the government had behaved accordingly, nobody would have been shot. And also, why would the government send the police with the live bullets in a scene like that? It doesn't make sense. Still, yes, it doesn't make sense. But I also see Jiba Jaba, you're saying be careful, travel in a group if you can. Yes, we're very careful. We're very careful, Jiba Jaba. We actually don't travel. We don't travel. If it is traveling, we are going to Tanzania, but we have missed that place. But we don't travel. We just lay low. We just around our homes. Yes, we don't go very far from our homes. But as we get to move on, I've seen that the Mali's junta leader has presented a new constitutional project and it is crazy that now in Mali they are drafting a new constitution. But I hope now this will be in the favor of the people. But do remember, why are they drafting a new constitution after we have the Wagner group in the country? It means that now the Wagner group are actually the ones drafting this constitution. It is not the Mali's junta. But in order to promote Mali's new draft constitution, Colonel Assimi Goita head of the country's junta meets with the religious leaders, politicians, and civil society. It is now up to you to make this work your own. And above all, you are expected to disseminate it widely and explain it to the population, he said. And he says to the crowd, adding, Malians in all parts of our country and abroad need to be informed about the developments and progress of the draft constitution, he said. And this constitution is the starting point of the vast reform project initiated by the transitional authorities in Mali for the return to civilian power. And he also said that we must work together so that the Malian people with full knowledge of the facts take ownership of the draft constitution and adopt it by a large majority. We will then have taken a decisive step in progress of rebuilding our state. And I think it's a good thing for the country, but also remember, right now we have so many, like we have the Wagner group, we have the French still trying to find their way back to Mali. We have, okay, the French are still trying to find their way to Mali, but now we have the Wagner group who are working with the Mali. So why are they drafting a new constitution right now? So it means that one of the Europeans is influencing them, and especially the Russians. I feel like it is the Russians influencing the Malians to draft a new constitution, because the other constitution, it is when we had the French in Mali. Right now, they are drafting a new constitution in the favor of the Russians. But do let me know what you think about the matter as we go through the comments. Jiva Java, you're saying, to the club, Katie, don't get kidnapped. I don't go to the clubs nowadays. And also I see Kid, you're saying, yes, it's the government's fault. It's against international law to use bullets in a peaceful protest. Yes, it is the government's fault. And they won't take the blame. They won't take the blame. They will always come here, try to say, no, it was not our fault. It was Raila's fault. Why did he call people to demonstrate, and all those stupidity. And yesterday, especially when we had now the opposition leader, when he went to the streets and he gathered a group of people, we had reports that Ruto saying that he is willing to talk. He is willing to sit down with Raila and talk, just because he saw Raila is capable of pulling masses of people to the streets and demonstrate about the cost of living. So I feel like now Ruto was threatened. He was threatened, and he feels he was like threatened by a group of people that Raila brought to the country and also to the city, because we had a huge crowd. If you could see that, we had a huge crowd. And yesterday I shared my screen if you were lucky enough to see what was happening. But we had a huge crowd of people demonstrating, and it was not only in Nairobi. We had that in Kisumu, we had that in Machakos, we had that in every part of the country. In different parts of the country, we had so many people protesting and demonstrating. But I also see Jiba Jaba, you're saying Wagner Group is a Russian mercenary group, like a Blackwater mercenary group for the USA. So it's just the same people. But right now, we say that they are trying to fight for influence in Africa. And you know what? They are trying to divide themselves so that they get the influence to African countries. So I just feel like even if they're the same people, we'll have the French, we'll have now the Russians, we'll have the USA, and also we'll have the British, and also the Chinese, trying to capture the most parts. They will try to defeat each other. They will try to like compete in influencing Africa and capture so many African countries. So it's just the same. And I wonder what is now set for Mali, because there must be something set for Mali if right now they are already changing their constitution. there is something that will happen, or that is about to happen to Mali. But do let me know what you think about the matter as we continue with our show for today. And please, if you have not subscribed to the channels we are using, the new one, please make sure you continue to subscribe. But as we get to move on, let's head straight to Nigeria. And I've seen that Peter Obi has kicked off legal challenge to Nigeria election results. And we saw him complaining about the elections not being transparent. He called the elections not free and fair, and he said that there was a lot of misconduct in the elections. But one of the defeated opposition candidates in Nigeria presidential election has formally challenged the results in a petition filed at a court tribunal in the capital, that is in Abuja. Peter Obi of the Labour Party came third in the last month's poll behind Atiku Abubakar and Victor Bola Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress. And a spokesperson of Mr. Obi's presidential campaign told the BBC on Tuesday that their petition argues that Mr. Tinubu should not have been eligible to run for the top office. And it also raises questions on the process leading to the outcome of the election and announcement of a winner by the Independent National Electoral Commission. He added, Mr. Abubakar, the one who ran for president with the People's Democratic Party, has also vowed to challenge the elections results. And this means that if you find out so many people complaining about the elections, it means that the elections were not free and fair. But that is the puppet of the Most High, as you say. Yes, that is the puppet of your rulers. It is the puppet, or that is the leader for the person controlling your country. And elections disputes take months to be resolved in Nigeria, despite the constitution stipulating that they should be concluded where possible before a candidate is sworn into office. This year's election was the tightest presidential race since the end of the military rule in 1999, but international observers said it lacked transparency and they were operational failures. And this is very true. We saw even the opposition parts are coming saying that results were not announced on time, like they failed to update the results online on time. So it means that they were taking a lot of time to steal the bots. But you never know. That is we have the president elect, and that is the president of the country. That is the puppet of the country as well. That is what we had to say, because at the end of the day, even if now the opposition goes to the courts, try to fight for justice, or tries to find justice, he will not do that. Do remember, this person, we as the citizen, we are not the one who elected him, but they put him there. So there's no way you would be able to defeat that case. But do let me know what you think about the matter, because I feel like now this is a tiresome journey or a tiresome fight that you won't win. At the end of the day, you won't win the journey. But ICG Bajaba, you're saying Ruto wants to farm his control. He might be behind the whole thing, arming both sides COINTELPRO. I don't know what COINTELPRO means, but yeah, he also might be the one behind the two parties. We never know what is happening. But anyway, what we saw happening is that the police attacked the demonstrators, and that was not right. And right now they are trying to put it on Raila. Yes, it is not right. But as we continue, let's get to the main focus of the day. And it was about Namibia and the Namibian court ruling or cancelling Namibian court cancelling nationality of child of the same sex couple. And I feel like this is a good move. And I was telling you, and I was saying, I wish all African countries could adopt the same, and also could adopt a way that's like, if we find you're a couple practicing the same sex uh, thing, you're chased out of the country, because this is what now you start to push to our children, and this is not what we want our children grow seeing. But Namibian court on Monday overturned a decision granting citizenship to the son of a gay couple, the latest step in a legal battle over the children gay surrogate parents. And Yona, now 4 years old, was born to a surrogate mother in South Africa. Namibian, Filipino, and Mexican partner Delalgo are both listed on the South African birth certificate as parents. And the Namibian authorities had refused to grant the boy citizenship and demanded a DNA test to prove that one of the child's parents is Namibian. The couple refused to undergo the test. In late 2021, a local court overturned the Ministry of Home Affairs decision granting the boy Namibian citizenship based on the certificate. But the government appealed the decision, arguing that the birth had not been registered with the Namibian authorities within a year, as required by law. And the Supreme Court ruled on Monday, in a decision of which AFP obtained a copy, that the court had indeed gone astray in granting citizenship to the son of the homosexual couple. Since the birth was not registered in the accordance with the Citizenship Act, the High Court was not competent to grant relief, the court said. The minister was right not to grant the minor child citizenship by dissent and concluded. And it's concluded. And Felipe Lu and Gulema Delgado said in a statement that they were disappointed by the reversal of the decision and recalled the judiciary is supposed to make decisions in the best interest of the child. And this decision is regrettable, deplored Mr. Lowell to the AFP, and it only provokes frustration among those who do not have full rights to equality. But now this is what we think, that practicing homosexuality is full rights. No, there isn't nothing like a right to be gay. There is nothing like that. We don't this. If you want to do this, at least do that in your own countries. Don't bring that shit in Africa. Do that in your own countries, and please make sure when you're coming to visit Africa, keep that nonsense to yourself. Don't show it to our people. Don't show it even to our children, because this is their aim, this is their agenda. Yes. And as Jiba Jaba, you're saying, so a gay Mexican went to South Africa to have a baby. He went, this is a gay Mexican, went to South Africa, got a South African maybe boyfriend or girlfriend, and then they looked for a surrogate, and they lived in Namibia. So they were not granted, the child was not granted a birth certificate. And I see Jiba Jaba, you're saying, is South Africa a dumping ground of perversion? I think it's getting, yes, but you know why? Because we still have so many whites, or so many Europeans in that country, and actually they are the ones who control the country. So this is why we have a lot of madness going on in South Africa. Yes, South Africa it has turned to a place like we don't even know in Africa. It looks like now we are in the US somewhere. We are not in Africa. It's no more in Africa. But it's because we have the Europeans. We have so many Europeans in the country, and this is why we have Okay, kid, you asking was trying to get Namibian citizenship. It is we have a gay couple. Now the gay couple wanted, they had their child through a surrogate. They wanted now the child to be, they live in Namibia, they wanted a child to be granted citizenship in Namibia, but the government refused. They said that no, we are like, it's an okay, let me give you the story. Let me get to explain. A Namibian court on Monday overturned a decision granting citizenship to the son of a gay couple, the latest step in a legal battle over the children gay surrogate parents. And in Namibia, homosexuality is very illegal. So the child is now 4 years, was born to a surrogate mother in South Africa. Namibian Philip Lou. Now, one of the parents is now a Namibian, and the other one is Mexican. So they live in Namibia. They wanted the child to be granted a citizenship in Namibia, but the court declined that. And I think if you're saying it's like Europe or the United States in Africa. Yes. South Africa has become the Europe or the United States in Africa. And Jiba, you're saying, got it? Thanks. Yep. And yeah, I think we shall wind up our show right here, because we need to set up the other show, and also it is already an hour. And keep you saying, good, homosexual acts will not be allowed here, period. Take your ass to South Africa or move to Mexico. Very true. Very, very true. They need to go back to where they came from. If you can't come and force your nonsense to us, if you really need to practice that, please make sure you practice it away from me, where nobody is seeing it. Sorry, where nobody is seeing you doing it, where my children are not seeing you, where African children are not even seeing you do all those things. You need to take that shit away from us. But anyway, family, asanteni sana for being with us on today's episode. I hope you did get to enjoy. Thank you to everybody who was with us. Thank you, Kid, for interaction. Thank you, Jiba Jaba, interacting with me, and to the rest of the silent listeners. Asanteni sana. Hope to see you tomorrow, same time, same place. And also, I wish you a fruitful day ahead. And I see, Kid, you're saying exactly 100%, Katie. Jiba Jaba, you're saying Namibia women are pretty. You are crazy to be gay there. Very, very true. They must be crazy. They must be to be gay there. But anyway, Kwaherini, hope to see you later on the Rhythm Scoop Show. Don't forget to join us. And also hope to see you tomorrow, same time, place. Make sure you stay safe and also be aware of your surroundings. Kwaherini.
Ni mashallah, mnaiza tuna ile kwenda ocha jo alafu ngama na bonga jakato lo sisi kama na mchoka do mjoi ro Peter ndani national
zangu zimeshimepata sia ushada kisha na super una tabia tako na ni relax sukitisha sana